the White House has unveiled a new proposal. Now, as part of some of the aid that we were talking about earlier that Anna mentioned, the federal government is going to be allowed to sell assets seized from Russian oligarchs over the Kremlin's invasion of Ukraine and use the proceeds from that to fund some of the military and humanitarian aid to Ukraine, including provisions in this that would streamline the process for seizing the assets, expand the assets subject to seizure, and clamp down on certain sanction evasion loopholes. Now, that's, I could potentially see how, well, you could potentially go too far, and not all Russian oligarchs have very close ties to Vladimir Putin. Not all of them support the invasion. So there's some particular concerns there, but also it feels to me, Anna, to be like a little bit convenient. Like a lot of money is gonna go towards this, towards supporting Ukraine, which, look, I get it. Shop TYT, I believe in supporting Ukraine, we have from the very beginning. But it also, this feels to me like, oh, well, so don't even worry about it. Like, we're paying for it by selling the assets, but are you? What percentage of that is it gonna pay for? I'm not even saying you have to. I believe that if there's a good thing that the government should be spending money on, my first concern is not, oh God, how are we gonna pay for it? That is generally used by people opportunistically to stop things from being done. That said, don't pretend to me that the yacht you're gonna sell that's gonna fund 0.1% of this is a significant contributor. I don't know. What do you think, Anna?
I think Biden has requested another $30 billion from Congress to help fund weaponry and support for Ukraine. That's what I think. I don't think, I know, that's a fact. That is what the president of the United States has done. And I have no doubt in my mind that Congress will appropriate that money. And what's so incredibly frustrating about it, look, I don't care about the assets that oligarchs from Russia own. Have at it, seize them, sell them, have a great time, okay? Those assets are not going to make up for the fact that we're taking US taxpayer money to the tune of tens of billions of dollars and funneling it to a war. Now, my views on this are a little conflicted, so let me try to get more nuanced in regard to what I mean. We promised to provide security for Ukraine when they agreed to give up their nuclear weapons. So the United States has a commitment to Ukraine. I think that commitment is important because if we don't carry out that commitment, it messages to the rest of the world that if you agree to give up your nuclear arsenal and the United States promises to provide security in exchange, you can't trust the United States, keep your nuclear weapons. And to be sure, through this war, what Ukraine and the rest of the world has really come to understand is you should have nuclear weapons. It serves as a deterrent. And I don't like that message. I would like to see nuclear disarmament. With that said, though, I'm not going to pretend as if this crisis is not being used as another profit-making avenue for defense contractors. So pointing to the sale of Russian oligarch assets as a way of helping to pay for this is ridiculous. It's a drop in the bucket. And at the end of the day, what we're doing is we're sending the weapons inventory that we have in the United States to Ukraine. And the money that we're appropriating is actually going to defense contractors to replenish that arsenal in the United States. That's what's really going on.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. And we can, on some level, like the end result, but still have a problem with it. Like, not everything is super clean. We don't know. And by the way, we fully understand that the way that you make a ton of money and get a massive audience in this field is to present a purposefully oversimplified, unrealistic portrayal of the world that never provides any cognitive dissonance whatsoever for your audience. But that's not how the real world works. So we are legitimately and in an ongoing fashion grappling with complexity and nuance. Not everything is perfect. That said, I would like to see a small change this program. Yes, sell some of them. But I think you can do a lot of good with a few of them too. I think you should take 2 of the yachts and offer 1 each to Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema. I think that we should convert one over to be operated fully on coal. I know it's inefficient, these massive expensive things, but I think he would really get a kick out of it. The other we could outfit with a massive wine rack, hundreds of varieties of rosé, and a wig rack too. And if we could win them over, they do have to give up their seats, but the whole thing has been just to get yachts anyway. So let's expedite the process and get them on yachts. And then maybe we can do some good.
You forget that Joe Manchin already has a yacht. And why would he agree to that deal when his position of power allows him to continue enriching himself through trading individual stocks with insider information, obviously continuing his very lucrative coal business where he's bringing in $500,000 a year from that alone. I mean, Joe Manchin, Kirsten Sinema, Congress and essentially working as a government official has become incredibly lucrative because of how loose the regulations are when it comes to insider trading. So have at it.
You are right on the substance, but I will say, Joe Manchin does have a yacht, but I would classify it as a yacht. It's a houseboat. These are yachts, like Jazz Finger. These are really fancy yachts. I think we might be able to win him over for one of these. You could dock his yacht in these yachts.
Yeah, they're essentially mini cruise ships. Like they're kind of incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I'll take one too. Okay, anyway, I get seasick. It would be a terrible idea.